James, drop some knowledge.
Well, now.
All right, Dad.
Now, son.
Don't talk to me like that.
That was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Very,
It was too convincing.
Now, listen. Here's
You
what
practice
we're
that
gonna
in the
do.
mirror, don't you?
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's why people, I've got enough dad
No,
jokes in my
carry on.
vocab
Just carry on.
that people think I have kids already.
Just carry on.
Okay. Keep calm and carry on.
Okay.
Josh, did you know? Actually, no, I'm going to change it up.
Okay.
Josh, have you ever seen
Oh,
a gorilla?
in the wild?
Well, anywhere. Have you seen them
Well,
on...
I've seen a gorilla.
Have you seen them on TV?
Correct, yes.
Have you seen them at the zoo?
Can confirm.
Have you seen them in pictures?
Yep.
Yep, just standard...
Moving
Yep,
pictures?
yep, moving pictures. They're a little bit different to what we see in the wild. Just a little bit.
Well, if we've seen them in the wild, James, that surely is exactly how they are.
Yeah, but hang on. You've seen them in movies and things like that.
I sure
Have you ever noticed anything specific about them that may be a little bit fake? And don't tell me, oh, it's the CGI. I know it's the CGI.
I don't believe that King Kong could go to the center of the earth, and I don't think he has an axe in real life.
You're probably right.
I'm onto
actually.
something.
I think you might
I'm
be.
onto
They're
something.
probably not able to climb the Empire State Building or any building
I'm always Team Kong,
on the outside. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But what I'm going
but the
with-
axe was a stretch.
What I'm going, yeah. What I am trying to get to is
We'll get there.
all movie, from what I can remember, all movie gorillas have white teeth, right? Or they might have a little bit of blood, or they might have.
Remember
a little bit
the
of something in them.
1933 King Kong movie with just the head that was clearly just
Yeah.
like a fake head.
Yeah.
It just kind of
Yeah.
like
Open and closed.
animatronics.
Yeah,
is that what
but
it's called?
white teeth.
Very white teeth.
Right. Well, did you know, Josh? There you go.
Here we
I
go.
knew I'd throw it.
Famous line.
But did you know that gorillas have black teeth and tongues?
Black teeth.
Black teeth and
And
tongues.
tongues.
That's one you should look up on the
The-
old Google,
okay.
on the
I'm
on the
gonna-
old goggles.
I'll look this up because I have seen. Obviously, when you have is it warheads?
Yeah.
No, ghost drops.
The ghost drops, warheads, they've all got that like that color changing nonsense in it. I think it's called food coloring. But did you know that they have black teeth and tongues?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
That,
Now, do you know why that would be
well,
the case?
is it just mega decay, like gorilla gingivitis?
It's actually to do with
Because
their
it looks
diet. It is
rotten
actually
as
to do
hell.
with their diet.
That's a lot of stanky meat.
Like, Joe, shake it.
Okay.
Like it's
What do
kind
you
of
think of this,
It's kind of funky. It's
Cooked.
weird.
Cooked, isn't it?
It's not what you think it's going to be. But yeah, black teeth.
The
black
tongue is the gross bit. Like the
Absolutely.
teeth, it kind of goes from yellow to black.
Yeah. But it's because of their diet, and their diet is like
Imagine the breath.
oh, it'd be
Imagine
shocking.
the breath.
Absolutely shocking. It's because they eat so many leaves, roots, bamboo
Leaves?
shoots, and bark.
It's vegan. What are you going against the vegan people?
Mate, I'm throwing shade.
So what you're trying to say is eat meat.
Yeah.
Steaks are the footy.
Yeah. And instead of getting black teeth and tongues, you'll just
Pearly whites.
pearly whites.
Pearly whites.
Clearly.
Okay, yeah, no,
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So how is that? Now this is usually specific to like mountain gorillas, because mountain gorillas don't really, they have more of these sorts of foods rather than fruits and things like that. So usually your jungle gorillas
Yes.
do have whiter teeth.
Okay.
So my assumption is that King Kong
Come.
and every other subsequent
Harambe.
gorilla film, and well, you usually see gorillas at the zoo,
Yes.
right? For us,
Thank God,
normal
too.
people, they have pretty white teeth because of the fruit
they get.
fruit that they've been given.
The acidic
rather
nature of
than-
the fruit.
Yeah, it usually cleans up their mouth. So that's a thing. So like I said, it's not like the stars of the screen that we have currently.
Okay.
Rampage, wasn't that one of them?
The gorilla was
that
white though.
Yeah,
Everything was backwards.
Everything was pretty. Yeah.
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 We won't
So
talk
there's
about
that.
Rampage. I did watch that on my flight to Europe.
Was that any good?
I was severely tired.
Yeah. So
I don't
it's
sleep on
great.
planes with these long limbs.
No, okay, yeah.
And I think I was like 15 hours into my flight at that point, and I'm just watching it like. But it's a movie with Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, fair enough. So, it must
So
be
I guess it's one of those switch your brain off movies.
Yeah.
Just watch a gorilla just break
A
stuff.
quality.
Yeah.
A+ quality.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, like, this is exactly the reason why we don't see any mountain gorilla stars on the screen anyway, because clearly they're all eating fruit and stuff like that. They're not mountain gorillas.
Okay.
So that's what I'm getting.
Okay.
But, like I said, getting back to their food, it's actually the tannins in the food.
Oh, like wine.
Like
people.
fine wine, absolutely.
The tannins
and
rest?
over many, many moons,
Oh.
they will actually stain their teeth black.
Interesting.
All right, so I think it's...
So hang on, are you saying it's the fruit that stains
No,
the
it's
teeth?
the
No,
leaves
it's the
and the
leaves
bark
and not
and
eating
the-
the fruit.
correct.
Okay, yes,
So I
yes.
think
That's
it's
what
the
I thought. I was
fruit
just
that will-
confirming.
Yeah, that's why, like I was saying, like mountain gorillas specifically will have that blackened mouth more.
Because the fruit isn't going to grow in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. So they clearly eat a lot of food. Okay. Do you know roughly how much food they consume? Gorillas in general.
I wouldn't even know a ballpark, to be honest. But throw a stat at me.
Yeah, okay. So it's about 20 kilos of fruit and leaves and greens
A day?
and stuff. A day.
Oh, I was going to say a week. That doesn't seem like much, but a day.
20 kilos a day. It's about 20.
bag of
It's
cement.
about 20 odd heads of lettuce, iceberg lettuce, a day.
You seem to know a lot about iceberg lettuce.
You know even more about gorillas.
You're so proud you said that.
A little
You're
bit,
so
yeah.
happy you said that.
A little bit. It
I
just
said
reminds
a
me.
little twinkle in your eye. Yeah, I know.
It reminds me of the line from Starsky and Hutch.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, you
I
know a lot
the
about
one-
golf. I know even more about grass.
Yeah, no more about grass. Huggy Bear was a noble character.
Phenomenal.
Snoop Doggy
Great
Dogg.
movie. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so
D-O-double-G.
20 kilos. So about, for our overseas people that use pounds, it's
Yeah.
about 40 pounds of food.
Is it only America that uses pounds?
I think it is actually.
Well, don't worry then. They can
Yeah,
learn
20
kilos.
kilos, absolutely. For this podcast, you must learn kilos.
Correct, the metric system.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ones and zeros.
Ones
Very
and
simple. 0 is freezing point, 100 is boiling point.
So-
simple. Symbols.
Simples.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Please don't. No, this is a gorilla episode, James. Please carry on. No.
I was about to do the chest
No, I don't
pound
want
thing.
you to do the chest thing.
Okay. So they eat a lot of food, Josh.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
How heavy do you think gorillas can get?
Oh, we'd be
What's
talking.
their rough weight, do you think? There's clearly not that many. Like,
I'd say maybe what we're talking like in kilograms, 150 kilos maybe.
you're about right. You're about right. So 300 to 400 pounds, or around 130 to 180 kilos.
Ah, yes.
Pretty solid.
I'd count. Yeah, I'm on the money.
It's
Because I was thinking,
good.
I was going to say
It's good.
120, but I feel like I know some humans that are 120, so I had to go stack on a couple.
But have
more
you ever
kegs.
seen a fat gorilla? Like they are solid,
Yeah,
muscular.
but it's like Eddie Hall. Is that the guy?
yeah, Eddie Hall.
Yeah, but it looks like a fat guy, but
Yeah.
it's just pure dense like strength.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
So they're phenomenal physique. Like obviously they're a bit like you, Josh. They've got really long arms
Oh, I thought you were going to
in
compliment me more than
comparison.
that. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Nope.
My head,
So,
Don't, yeah.
so like they've got extremely long arms.
I
So
do
their
have long
are
arms.
longer.
Just for reference, I'm just over 6 foot tall, and my arm span is about 6'5".
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. You can
Bit
slap you
different.
from across the room.
Yeah,
It's not
got that
great.
basketball body.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But your legs aren't significantly shorter than your arms.
No,
Like,
well,
they're
I'm all arms and
sta-
legs with a little pea body.
So gorillas usually have shorter legs, so
Stumpy
a lot
legs.
of their stumpier legs and their big, strong
Thick
arms,
body
thick
and yeah,
body,
yeah.
and they do the whole, running with their knuckles, like knuckle dragging
Yes,
sort
correct.
of walk, right?
Yeah.
So significant sizes.
Remember that game at school where you flick the coin into your knuckles? What was that called?
It's just called
Called Knuckles, wasn't
I'm pretty
it?
sure it's called
Oh,
Knuckles.
yeah, it was.
There's, like, I've got scars on my
Yeah.
knuckles
Why
specifically
did people
from that.
like to do
I
that?
don't know. Why did we do it with a 50-cent piece is my question.
Yeah, it has edges.
Dumb.
Yeah.
You know what else
Sorry,
is,
anyway,
you know
just-
what's dumb?
What is dumb?
The fact that these killer King Kongs,
Oh, well done.
killer Donkey Kongs, that's what
Is that what you were meant to say?
and I
You shouldn't have repeated that, and you could have just gone, stop. Okay.
It's fine. This is live.
We'll do it live.
Do it live.
Carry on.
But then, these guys are actually afraid
Yeah.
of caterpillars. Thought that'd get you. They're terrified of like small insects and reptiles, like chameleons. Now
The caterpillars got me. No, but seriously, you know when people are scared of spiders?
Yeah.
Like, think of what the spider's going through.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, spiders creepy, you know, European
get it.
listeners,
Totally
huntsmen's
understand
are big, I get it.
Yeah.
I guess for us Australians, we know we're pretty chill with spiders.
Yeah.
But imagine, like, you know, you walk into the room, there's a little spider, centimetre by centimetre spider.
Yeah.
Have a little squeal.
Yeah. A little bit of a squeak.
Not me, James does. But imagine the spider. Like, imagine if you were spider size and the spider was your size. You'd be unfathomable.
Absolutely. Oh, God.
Anyway, please carry on.
But no, like they are terrified of caterpillars and reptiles.
The
like
caterpillars, the caterpillar got me.
That's what gets you, yeah? Okay.
The caterpillar got me.
But I can sort of, I'm trying to honestly, I couldn't figure out why. I couldn't find any concrete whys.
Okay.
Right? But a lot of
James.
answers, yeah. But a lot of articles were stating that they were just terrified of weird things that you
Wouldn't
think that you
assume
wouldn't
is-
assume
yeah.
so.
Okay.
So, chameleons and caterpillars, I'm thinking, you know, they eat a lot of...
We are back.
Hi.
No, and what did you do?
I hit the light behind me.
Correct.
Which is...
And who fixed it?
You.
Yes.
I picked up...
I'm hosting this podcast now. James, did you know?
Oh, yeah?
I don't like
Continue.
it. No, I don't like it. It feels weird. Can we go back? It's like Freaky Friday.
So...
I'm a real Lindsay Lohan.
Wait, who does that make me? Does that?
What's the old girl's name? Kendra, do you know the other girl's name? What?
Jamie
Lee
Curtis.
Curtis.
Oh my God.
You're a real Jamie Lee.
Yeah, look, young Jamie Lee, I'd be all right with.
Okay,
It's not bad.
James.
So
Drop some knowledge.
you know how I was talking about specifically how gorillas are
Scared of
afraid
caterpillars. Yes.
So what I was trying to say was that I couldn't find out exactly why, but my guess is that, you know, you're eating a lot of leaves and trees and plants and whatever,
Okay.
that you're probably going to come across them. So when you go to reach out and grab one, it's like, you know, all of a sudden you reach out and grab something from a table and there's a spider that runs across your
under it.
fingers.
Okay.
So it might just be one of those things.
We do
It's like
evolve from these animals.
yeah, we do. We do.
know?
So little things like that. But did you also know
Hit me.
that apparently they really hate rain? Like,
Really
gorillas
hate
hate rain. Like they'll do two things. They'll either just sit there and take it and not move and just be like, rain.
Yeah.
Or they'll
Just sulk
like,
about it.
they will actively go out of their way to get away from it.
Okay. I mean, they're kind of just the two options.
Because I found videos, yeah, but they won't, like if they're getting wet, if they're getting rained on, they're not going to move out of the rain to dry. They will just stay there. Or they will actively get out of the way. Like there are videos where, that I found that where they were literally just sitting there and just like sulking and moping about the fact that they're getting wet. Or
I do the same.
they're in, there was one particular video which I thought was hilarious. They were in, they're in a captive place. They're in captivity in a zoo, I'm assuming, because they had, you know, windows of people watching them. And it's raining, and you can see the gorillas kind of like shimmying past the window under the little like
Like on the ledge of a
architrave,
building?
kind of doing the little
like,
shuffle.
like when you're trying to get to the hot girl's room in the hotel, and you got to go on the banister around the edge.
Yeah, exactly.
And you look down, like, don't look down,
Don't look down.
and like, yeah, unreal.
It's like that. So they're going through. But my favorite bit of that video was the big gorilla at the back who was clearly the boss of the whole operation.
Big lad.
Who's walking up like it's nothing. And then does this little as it tries to kind of shimmy, and its face goes from being really like grumpy to really like open teeth going
Open
kind
teeth, all black,
all black
black
and
tongue.
You know, black tongue and stuff, kind of going and trying to get away from it. It was the funniest little video. I loved it. So yeah, these big creatures terrified of little things like that. Very, very funny.
Okay.
Now, let's make them a bit more
Masculine.
now. Let's talk about their strength. Let's talk about how badass they are.
Okay.
All right.
So, lads.
Gorillas' strength is pretty stuff of legend. Like we know them pretty strong, right?
There's a whole movie franchise
Absolutely.
centered around it.
Correct. So especially when it comes to their upper body, like we were talking about earlier, the
they
fact
don't
that
do
the average gorilla
Bit
is
like someone else we know.
roughly-
That's you, James. Yeah, no, it's you.
Thanks. Wait.
No, you look like a turkey drumstick.
It's because I eat too many.
Yeah, true.
Like, you know, how
Then you do a
you are what
handstand and
you
it all
eat.
goes to the top half of your body.
Yeah, you are what you eat.
Yeah, true.
So, like I was saying, gorillas?
Sounds like the worst cereal ever. Sounds like the worst cereal I've ever eaten. All right, kids, what are you having for breakfast? Fruit? Mum, I want gorillas.
I want gorillas.
Milk first.
God. It's the only way to eat cereal. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Do you get the chopstick and dunk it in the milk, then eat it?
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
No. Okay, carry on. Pretend that didn't happen.
So,
It's only me.
gorillas have roughly about 6 times the strength of humans. Average humans, right?
I can picture that.
So
Sounds about right.
Yeah, like they're pretty massive units, and obviously they have to have a lot of upper body strength because that's how they move. And they have to move, like we said, 180 kilos of body around.
Dense.
Now, it's not their physical strength that surprises me.
Okay.
It's actually their biting force. Okay, so like I said, their upper body is impressive. Don't get me wrong, their upper body strength is impressive.
Did I see King Kong bite a dinosaur's tongue off?
I think you did.
Was that in a movie?
That was the one with Jack Black, I think.
That's all of them. He's been in
the King Kong movie with Jack Black.
Yeah, no, that's 2005 one.
I only know in one of them.
Yeah, no, he is in one of them. That
Which
was a
one?
joke.
Did you know that was 2005?
Yes.
2005
Yes,
that movie came out.
2005. Yeah.
Hot damn.
Yep.
I went to the movies for that.
I was
It was a great film.
10. Carry on. Carry on.
So, it's very impressive, their bite strength.
Yes.
Now, you've heard of PSI, so pounds per square inch. So when you're like filling up your car tire or something, it tells you what PSI to put in. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try and do a bit of conversion to like kilograms of pressure.
Bite force.
Yeah. As best as I can.
Okay.
So, grizzly bears.
Yeah.
Now, we expect them to have a pretty strong bite force.
Vicious.
Right?
Yes.
Vicious bite.
Tore that man apart in
And
the tent
things
and
like
thought he lived with them.
Yeah, and lions, right?
Yes.
We expect them to be pretty strong.
One of the classic,
Right.
predators.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think? What do you think a lion has? What do you reckon? PSI. Let's talk PSI. So you're looking usually in the hundreds to thousands.
Look, I don't know
High
enough about.
hundreds to
I don't know
thousands.
enough about PSI. I guess all I can go off is a Karcher pressure washer.
All right.
I'm going to say 1600 PSI.
No, way too high.
Okay. Well, this is the issue.
Okay, so a grizzly bear, this will give you a bit of a rough estimate here. So a grizzly bear has 1,100 pounds of pressure from its mouth as it bites.
So 1100.
About 77 kilos of pressure.
Okay, that's a fair bit.
Okay, so it's enough to pretty much crush a bowling ball.
Oh, that's interesting, actually. A bowling ball.
So bowling balls are pretty dense, right? Pretty heavy-duty things.
Like a gorilla gobstopper.
Yeah. So, 11 pounds of pressure, about 77 kilos. A bowling ball. A lion, unfortunately, only has about 650 pounds of pressure.
Okay.
So, big jump.
Soft.
Soft.
Big if you ask me.
A gorilla has 1,300 pounds of pressure. So, you're looking close to the 100 kilo mark.
What could that crush?
I'm going to go with just because we're going on rounded things, I'm going with a keg.
A keg?
Yeah, a keg.
Interesting.
Right, so it's a decent amount of pressure. So,
A keg.
It's a lot.
Oh, sorry.
Do you think-
My brain went to a barrel.
Oh,
Not a keg.
No, a keg.
Not a keg.
And kegs are pretty
Interesting.
tough things. But you know what can go through that better than a gorilla? And gorillas are pretty darn strong, as we've just spoken about. We've all heard about how strong crocodiles' jaws are.
I do know, yes.
Right?
We do know about crocodiles.
Now, we've just talked about how lions have 650 pounds. We've had grizzly bears at 1,100. We've had gorillas, our mates, at 1,300. Do you know what we're at? Before I jump into it,
I do not.
we've got roughly 70 pounds. So about 4 kilos of pressure.
Oh, is that all?
Again, average out, because we've seen people eat dumb things.
Yeah, I mean, my teeth will break it. That's
So 4 pounds of pressure.
I'm terrified of that. Right?
A crocodile has 5,000
Ridiculous.
pounds of pressure.
I don't want any American person to ever say that alligators are
So-
more terrifying than a crocodile.
Pounds to be exactly. So like pounds to pressure, right? We're looking at, what did we say? It was PSI to kilograms. We're looking at, what do you reckon out of kilograms for 5,000?
Well, what was the other one?
So you've got 77 kilos for 1,100 pounds.
Yeah, okay. So we're talking hundreds here.
Oh yeah.
We're talking hundreds.
Oh yeah.
Give me the number.
350.
What can it crush? I want to know what it can
kilos.
crush.
Your face. Like, that is a lot
And
of
that,
pressure.
ladies and gentlemen, is science.
Science at its finest.
That is science at its finest.
How
Sir
nuts.
Isaac Newton couldn't even figure that out.
No, all he had was apples.
Yeah. Yeah. And we could crush heaps of those.
Crush-
I can crush an apple.
It's easy.
Yeah. God, he didn't really do anything,
Jeez.
did he?
Oh, look. We can talk about him in another one.
That could be another
Could be a
podcast
fun
idea.
one.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Okay.
Write that down.
I'll do it
I'll do it
after
later,
the
after.
podcast. I'll do it after.
But anyway, so going back to our mates, the gorillas.
Okay.
1,300 pounds of pressure helps with chewing up that 20 odd kilos of vegetation they have every day. All right. So, and don't forget the jaw. We said in a previous podcast, our jaw is the strongest muscle
in the body.
jaw muscles.
Yes.
So there you go. It makes perfect sense.
Unbelievable.
But we've only got 4 kilos, which is kind of
Why did we stop
kind of
evolving?
piss weak.
If humans evolved from gorillas,
Yeah.
why did we evolve and get weaker?
And we're going to have to do evolution as one as well.
We could do evolution.
Could
as
do
well.
that. Could be interesting.
I just don't understand. Like usually, things as technology goes on,
Yeah.
as it as evolution evolves,
Yeah, we'll get. Pushes forward.
why
Changes.
did we devolve? I mean, we got smarter. I understand that. Like we're not going all the time and like running into walls and our teeth are going black.
Not all of us.
Right now, I've used the Colgate.
Yeah.
Right, but imagine if we still had that strength. What would the world be like?
The Olympics would be interesting.
Imagine a couple of lads on bundies, the fight on the fight juice.
Lifting cars.
Yeah, you flipping cars.
Flipping cars. Crushing cars in their jaws.
Yeah. It'd be Bundy, Woodstock, all that sort of stuff, there'd be a weight limit, like to buy it, and you have to be under a certain weight to buy it.
I feel like the Highland Games would be more worldly if we had the same strength as those
What's
people.
it, that Thor guy, the
Thor
Norwegian
Thor
dude, or whatever it
Bjornsson.
is, or
Got- yeah,
Icelandic dude,
yeah.
wherever he's from. And yeah, he'd be sponsored by
got-
Bundy Ram and all that sort of stuff.
You got Eddie Hall, you've got those sorts of guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Be good fun. But yeah, that's gorillas.
That's gorillas?
That's gorillas.
Okay, yeah. Black teeth is still...
So what did we learn? What did we learn from that? Black teeth,
Black teeth.
caterpillars,
Oh, the caterpillars one. Yeah, that... Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
and
That we've devolved.
and we've devolved,
And humans have
and we're
devolved.
no longer as strong as they are.
Because who cares about knowledge and power like that? It's all about strength and gains, baby. So I'm going to go to the gym and hit the protein.
gonna be great.
James, let me know what creatine you buy.
Oh, yeah,
And
will
that's
do.
about all the supplements I know. So
Thank you, bags.
yeah. So before we dive into supplements, write that down as another
Yeah, write
episode.
down.
We'll call it there for gorillas. Yeah, crazy facts.
Good stuff.
I can't believe they've got black teeth.
It's weird, isn't it?
That is weird.
Yeah.
I got no words.
Vegetables are bad for your teeth, kids.
Yeah, that's the lesson from the podcast. Don't eat fruit or
Don't
veg,
eat fruit or
just
veg.
eat dirt, and what do they eat? Leaves, vegetation.
Yeah,
is that what
bark.
they eat? Bark.
Bamboo shoots.
Okay.
Roots.
But you can order like ramen. There's bamboo shoots in there.
There you go.
pick
Just eat
out
ramen.
Just pick out any of the vegetables.
Yep, and just eat the ramen.
Absolutely. All right, kids. Don't eat fruit, and you'll hear from us next week. Bye bye.
See ya.